Welcome to another episode of the Snob magazine. I am in a nondescript location with millions of dollars worth of cars. Why? Well, because I'm here with Alexander Weaver of Auctions America. And coming up on August 1st through 3rd at the Burbank Marriott is going to be the first collector car auction that's happening in over a decade here in Los Angeles. So we're very excited about that. Alexander, you excited about this?
We're really excited to be here. You know, it's a great market for us, and we've always been in Southern California in and out, and we got an office here now, and Monterey's done well for us, so why not try Southern California and see what we can do here,
Yeah, excellent. And some of the cars you have, obviously we're standing with this car. Tell me a little bit about this one.
It's a 1959 Jaguar XK150 drop head coupe. It was restored a few years ago, presents well, it's just a great driving car. The 150s came as a predecessor to the 120 and the 140 and the C-types and things like that, so they'd evolved well at this point. It comes, has disc brakes all around it by 59. It's just, they're great driving cars. You can run to the grocery store in one, or you can take it on a 1,000-mile tour. Be comfortable, your wife will be comfortable, everybody will have fun,
Excellent, and that's the great thing about the Auctions America auction coming up. It's really an eclectic mix of cars. I mean, we have a couple cars here. Tell me about that. Tell me about that progression of cars that you guys have. It's not just, really expensive cars or just exotic cars. How do you guys come up with that?
Well, Southern California, the car culture here has always been, all over the board, and everybody kind of proclaims that it's the hot rod capital and this and that. And hot rods are an important part of Southern California, but there's a lot of other types that are just as important. And we found that even from like a Volkswagen Carmen Ghia to a Shelby Cobra, everything's kind of important in California, and everybody plays a part, and every make plays a different section of the role in this area. And basically, we kind of went for a whole diverse grouping, and that's kind of what we pulled out here for you. So you got your European sports car, you got American hot rod, you got classic American styling onto elegant American styling from the 20s and 30s, and then onto again sports cars from the 60s in California. So they all play an important role, like I said. So.
Well, let's take a look at another car that they have here. What is this? I mean, I'm a hot rod guy. 32 Ford. Tell me about this one.
Yeah, 32 Fords. Like I said, they are an important part in California and in the culture of Southern California. And everybody in Southern California grew up around knowing hot rods, and this guy was building this, and everybody tweaked their own stuff. So this car in particular, this was it was hot rodded, so to speak, in the early 50s, in period, and then it was done by Miller Automotive in Chino, and it's got your flathead with your offie heads and
nice
32 barrel Strombergs on it. This car wasn't just built to look like this. It was purpose built.
Excellent.
This car actually ran in Bonneville in '54 and set a record at 142 miles an hour.
Wow.
So.
And that's what I love about period cars. A lot of people, you go to Bob's Big Boy on a Friday night, everybody has this car, but they're not real cars from the time period. This is, it has the perfect patina to it. I mean, this is a real hot rod.
Yeah, exactly. It's got the right amount of but like you said, the patina is fantastic. It's been beat up a little bit, but it shows that it's correct. And it runs great, actually.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
all right.
It runs fantastic. So.
I got to take a ride in that one later.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Now, what is this we have here? I have never seen this before. I recognize the maker because Carmen Ghias, those were my cars.
Yeah. So Ghias were, Ghia's a coach builder out of Italy. They bodied a lot of the fantastic cars from the 50s and 60s, especially. More after that as well.
Definitely.
But this car, it's a Chrysler chassis.
Okay.
Chrysler, it's got a Hemi in it.
Oh, wow, really?
So it's got a Hemi in it. And basically it was built in the 50s. The chassis was actually sent to Italy.
Okay.
And then Ghia put the body on it. It's called a dual Ghia.
All right.
And basically Chrysler wasn't in a position to make it themselves.
Yeah.
So an external source made it. This is the car where in the 50s, they say that you bought a Rolls Royce if you couldn't get a dual Ghia.
Wow.
It was guys in the Rat Pack loved it. Frank Sinatra had one, Dean Martin had one. Those kind of guys, they love these cars.
Wow.
So and they're rare. They made 107 of them total.
Wow, and you guys got one coming up on the auction block, huh?
And it's no reserve too.
No reserve, wow.
No reserve on that or the hot rod here too. So take a ride home in it maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm definitely going to be there. I mean, if there's no reserve, hey, I got some change laying around.
You got nothing to lose.
Why not? Now this car, what do we have here? A lot of people are unfamiliar with the coach builders out there, and this looks like something something that has a great history to it.
Yeah, it's a 1929 Stutz
Okay.
Model M Vertical 8 Speedster.
Wow.
So a lengthy name.
Yeah.
For a lengthy car though. So this one it's got great lines to it. These doors are low cut. It's a very good styling feature on this car. It's bodied by LeBaron.
Okay.
And as opposed to having a spare tire on each side here, they did dual rear mounts on the rear.
Oh wow. Okay.
So this car, again, it's a fantastic car. It's 1929. Elegant, smooth, beautiful. Speedster for the 20s and 30s. So this is one of the last 289s made.
Okay.
It is a real Cobra. It was built in '65. It's a fantastic car. It's the original body. It's the original drivetrain from the
Wow.
motor to the rear end. Everything's original as far as that goes. What's interesting about this car is right at the very end of the 289 run, they made a handful of cars with automatic transmissions.
Okay.
And everybody, when you look in it, you don't expect it, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So it's a fantastic car. It actually runs and drives great, and it's one of the rarest configurations of a Cobra you can have, actually.
Wow.
So it's got a 289 in it, automatic transmission. It's actually still a blast to drive. I drove it the other day for a few miles, and it runs well, and it's smooth.
Auctions America definitely going against the grain with, with other shows that send out just high-priced cars or just one specific make of car.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got over here? We got a motorcycle,
Yeah.
so it's not just about cars then.
No, we'd have one of the bikes as well. We tend to stick to some particularly iconic bikes.
Okay.
And there's nothing much more, iconic in motorcycles than an Indian.
Oh, for sure.
And a Chief for that matter. And then how do you make a Chief even more special? It was owned by Steve McQueen. So there you
You
go.
can't beat that.
Exactly. So this is one of McQueen's personal bikes. It's registered. It's in the book. There's history on it and everything.
Okay.
Fully documented. And it was restored a few years ago, and the owner has basically kept it in the living room since.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. So this has had a nice life for a little while then.
It has. So I love riding bikes, but this is one of those ones that it is a particularly good-looking bike, and it would make a fantastic piece of living room art.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Oh man, that is a beauty. Wow, that's fantastic. Well, thank you for showing us all these wonderful cars and bikes that you guys have. There's certainly a lot more. How many cars are going to be up in the auction?
We have over 400 cars.
Wow. Okay.
About half of those will be no reserve.
Oh wow.
So that's fantastic. Everybody can go home with something.
Of course,
right?
of course.
So it'll be a fantastic auction. We're looking forward to it.
Okay.
Burbank Marriott.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. And if you'd like to know more about the Auction America coming up on August 1st through 3rd, we'll have more information on our website. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you at the auction. Take care.